5 grocery chains are hiding something behind the chicken in your cart, and this countdown exposes each one. From water injected into raw meat to packaging engineered to fake freshness, every entry uncovers a different way the meat case misleads you. The number one spot goes to stores where tracing what you bought is nearly impossible. The investigation starts at number 5, where America's largest retailer sets the standard. In the 5th place, Walmart's chicken aisle sets the pace for the entire American market. With nearly 1 in 5 grocery dollars spent here, Walmart's buying power ripples outward, shaping how chicken is bred, raised, and processed from coast to coast. The promise of a bargain often hides a trade-off. Those plump, affordable fillets may owe their juiciness to more than just meat. Under USDA rules, up to 15% of the package weight can be water, broth, or salt, disclosed in small print but rarely front and center. That means shoppers sometimes pay meat prices for injected solution, not nutrition. The industry term is enhanced chicken, but the real enhancement is to the bottom line, not the dinner plate. Then there is woody breast, a tough, fibrous defect linked to fast-growth broiler breeds that dominate Walmart's supply chain. Scientific studies have found that only a small fraction of fillets from these systems are completely normal, with hard, chewy texture often slipping through to the shelf. Legal settlements over meat pricing and labeling have followed, but the fundamental issue remains. Scale magnifies every shortcut. For the careful shopper, the label's fine print is a clue. Check for the percentage of added solution and do not let friendly branding distract from what is actually in the package. Number 4, Kroger offers a masterclass in packaging persuasion. At first glance, the chicken in Kroger's meat case looks picture perfect, rosy, plump, and seemingly just cut. But that inviting color owes more to chemistry than to freshness. Kroger relies on modified atmosphere packaging, also called MAPI, a process that replaces the air inside the package with a blend of gases like carbon dioxide and nitrogen. The result is chicken that stays pink and visually fresh for days, even as the safety window quietly closes. The color lingers beyond what most shoppers would expect, blurring the line between shelf appeal and actual quality. Unlike retailers that simply pitch low prices, Kroger's edge is the illusion of perpetual freshness, an effect that can outlast the product's real microbial safety. Meanwhile, Kroger has resisted calls to sign the Better Chicken commitment, keeping welfare standards at the industry minimum despite shareholder pressure. Shoppers are left to decode labels that promise natural or air-chilled, terms that can be technically accurate yet still allow for water-based processing or ambiguous chilling methods. The lesson is clear: don't trust the color alone. Instead, read the label for processing methods, look for third-party certifications, and remember that in Kroger's meat aisle, appearance can be the most convincing disguise. Number 3, Aldi US makes a promise that feels almost tailor-made for the careful shopper. Smart savings, clean packaging, and the reassurance of private label trust. But behind the tidy rows and budget-friendly labels, the reality of Aldi's chicken supply tells a different story. While the store boasts USDA organic options and no added solution claims, the standards stop short of what many shoppers assume. USDA organic does not require the lower stocking densities or environmental enrichments found in higher welfare systems, especially those enforced in Aldi's European stores. In the US, undercover footage from animal welfare groups has shown barns packed with birds, limited movement, and visible signs of stress. The footage captured chickens crowded together, standing in soiled litter, and suffering from foot pad lesions, conditions that fall well below the bar set by European Aldi affiliates. Aldi's packaging may look premium, but it often omits the actual percentage of added water, leaving shoppers to guess whether the chicken is truly solution-free. The gap runs deeper than labeling. Aldi's US division has pledged only modest welfare improvements with no external certification or third-party audits to verify claims. For shoppers, the message is clear. Don't confuse a respectable private label or an organic stamp with real animal welfare progress. The only reliable assurance comes from third-party certifications. Look for logos like Certified Humane or Global Animal Partnership, not just the store's own branding. In Aldi's meat case, the packaging may speak of value, but the evidence points to an average industrial system dressed up as something better. Number 2, Costco's famous $4.99 rotisserie chicken is more than a dinner deal. It is a retail spectacle built on industrial scale. That price hasn't budged since 2009, even as feed, labor, and transportation costs have climbed. Analysts estimate that holding the line costs Costco tens, if not hundreds, of millions each year, depending on which financial model you trust. But the real story is not in the sticker price, it is in the machinery behind it. In Nebraska, Costco's Lincoln Premium Poultry Facility stands as a $450 million investment, designed to process about 2 million birds every week. That is nearly 100 million chickens a year, each one raised and slaughtered to fuel the rotisserie pipeline. The factory's sheer volume rewards speed, uniformity, and cost-cutting above all else. Growers face relentless pressure to deliver heavier birds faster, a system that can drive up rates of muscle defects like woody breast and encourage the use of water injection to keep meat looking plump. Despite the marketing, the $4.99 chicken is not a mark of superior sourcing or animal welfare. It is a carefully engineered loss leader, subsidized to keep shoppers coming back for everything else in the warehouse. The bargain is real, but so are the trade-offs: mass production, minimal transparency, and a quality bar set by throughput, not by taste or ethics. For the careful shopper, the rotisserie's appeal is obvious, but the value is only skin deep. Behind the counter, it is not a miracle of efficiency. It is the inevitable result of industrial scale meeting relentless retail strategy. And finally, in first place, dollar format grocers present the most confounding case for any shopper trying to make an informed choice. The packaging looks familiar, sometimes even mimicking the color schemes and label styles of national brands, but behind that ordinary facade, almost every traceable detail vanishes. With less than 2% of the grocery market, these stores fly under the radar. But the real concern is not their size. It is the information vacuum they create at the shelf. Most packages list nothing more than a vague distributor, omitting any farm or processor name. That means the chicken's journey from barn to freezer is almost impossible to reconstruct, leaving questions about sourcing, welfare, and handling unanswered. This lack of transparency is especially glaring in food deserts, where dollar stores may be the only retail option. Here, the freezer case is stocked with low-end, heavily processed chicken, such as pre-cut strips, breaded nuggets, or frozen patties, often produced by contract packers with no public-facing audits or welfare records. The supply chain operates in the shadows with no third-party certifications or clear origin statements. Even the label claims like natural or no added solution are rarely backed by a percentage or a verifying mark. And the regulatory requirement for disclosing added water is often skirted through ambiguous language. In this environment, shoppers are left without the tools to judge quality, safety, or ethical standards. The stakes are higher because raw poultry already sits at the intersection of food safety and consumer trust. When an outbreak of salmonella or a contamination scare hits, tracing the source in this retail channel becomes a guessing game. Without a named processor or farm, public health officials and consumers alike are left piecing together fragments after the fact. This is why dollar format chicken ranks at the top of the caution list, not for its price, but for its opacity. For anyone shopping these aisles, the defense is vigilance. Seek out packages with a name processor, clear country of origin or farm information, and third-party welfare labels. If all you see is a bargain sign and a generic brand, consider walking away. In the world of grocery chicken, what you do not know can hurt you, and nowhere is that more true than here. Across all 5 cases, one pattern stands out. Cheap chicken comes at a hidden cost. Slick packaging and bargain pricing mask shortcuts in welfare, sourcing, and quality. In the meat aisle, legality is not the same as integrity. Informed shoppers demand more than the industry's lowest standard.